I gotta say, it's fantastic. So I just got done seeing the new MCU version of Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four First Steps. And I gotta say, it's fantastic. No, but seriously, it is a solid movie. It is a unique addition to the MCU. One thing that has been praised on and on about with the DCU is James Gunn's Superman as being possibly the most comic booky superhero movie to date. MCU has their crack at it here. This is probably the most comic booky MCU movie that I've seen, more or less. It at least feels like a different world other than the Earth that we know. And that's what this movie is. It's set in a different time frame from, I don't know the exact year, but it's Earth 828, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Set back in like the 60s, I believe, and it's just a different edition for the MCU. It's a breath of fresh air. It's a retro futuristic kind of vibe. And we pretty much get all of that from the trailers alone. Now I'm going to say, spoiler warning, moving forward, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie first, subscribe, come back, and then watch this review because I don't want to sugarcoat any of the details, so we're going to get right into it. Now, I've never been someone who's been like a major fan of the Fantastic Four as a team in general, so the bar was never extremely high for me. I just wanted a good addition to the MCU. I wanted a solid, new, fresh movie, and that's what this movie did. I thought all of our casts from down the line of Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss Bacharach, I don't know how to pronounce his name, were all good additions to our new Fantastic Four for the MCU. I also got to shout out Paul Walter Hauser, I believe the name is. He was in Cobra Kai. He was Stingray. As a diehard Cobra Kai fan, that is my favorite show of all time. Loved seeing Stingray in this movie on the big screen and probably had the biggest crowd reaction from laughing in one particular scene in the movie. I don't remember the exact details of the joke, but I just remember the audience really loved it, and me being a Stingray and Cobra Kai fan, I was glad that in the very small part of the movie that he's in, he makes a great impact. Just like in Cobra Kai, he might not be the most important character in the show or this movie, but when he is on screen, he demands the screen and he steals all the attention. So, shout out you, Stingray. But this is a movie about family and not just Fantastic Four being a family and them creating, a new baby. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is now with child and pregnant throughout most of the movie and then has a child. They also embody the fact on the whole world leaning on them as their family, not just their superhero protectors, but that we are all family in this earth working together to stop the big bad guy. And one thing I appreciated about this movie is that it felt like this earth and this world of people really leaned on the Fantastic Four and really believed in them. They were fans of them. And a lot of other superhero iterations like Spider-Man or Batman or whatever. And you do have people that love Spider-Man and are going, save me Spider-Man, but then you also have J. Jonah Jameson's type character who says, no, he's a menace and he's not all good and you can't trust him. That's half of what Man of Steel is not trusting whether or not Superman has their best intentions. Batman, same thing. Some people like that he's saving the day and other people say he's a vigilante and he's up to no good. The people of this earth believe in the Fantastic Four to save them and they love them. One of my favorite scenes in the movie that really had me hooked is when Sue Storm was still pregnant and they're in that spaceship and Silver Surfer is out to get her baby while she's trying to give birth and they're trying to get away through that little vortex tunnel thing and Galactus is saying you have to get that baby. That was such a tense scene and I really didn't know how it was going to play out, but I thought it was beautifully shot and I just thought it was really intriguing. I like that this movie just brought you into the world of these characters. I really don't even know how to grasp my entire feelings on every single aspect of this movie because this movie has a lot of details. It's very serious toned. It's not that funny of a movie. There is some funny quips. Johnny Storm has some good stuff, some good banter with the Thing, right? But overall, it is a very, I'm not going to say intense, but has lots of tense moments. And Reed Richards is really doing his thing, spending the entire movie trying to problem solve on how to stop Galactus from destroying their world. And I had no idea where they were going to go with it. I mean, a lot of people assumed that this world was going to get destroyed, and this is why the Fantastic Four were going to come to, I think, Earth 616, the main MCU timeline. But again, spoilers throughout this is that they do save the day some way somehow. They are able to teleport Galactus out of this Earth, and thanks to Silver Surfer switching sides, and we thought that Johnny's Human Torch was going to sacrifice himself, but then Silver Surfer knocks him out of the way and she saves the day, which I really liked. And I knew that the baby was probably going to save her mom. Like when she died, I had a feeling that baby superpower thing was going to come into play there. One, because we all kind of knew that none of these characters were going to die, because we know they're all supposed to be in Avengers Doomsday. So that did lower the stakes a little bit. It did take out of the feeling of stress that could feel in that moment where you say, oh my gosh, and Sue Storm, did she really die? Did the Invisible Woman die? No, because we know that those characters were going to be in the next Avengers movie. And you could say, oh, well, maybe it could have been, an alternate version, but we know that wasn't going to be the case. So I had a feeling the baby was going to be the one to save her, and that was true. Overall, I like this movie. It's cool. I think if you're a major Fantastic Four fan, you're going to love this. I'm not someone who's ever been a major Fantastic Four fan. But I did like it. I liked the world building, and I thought it was a solid movie. So I rated this one a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 stars. I go by the letterbox rating systems between point 0.5 this, point 0.5 that, 3.5, 2.5, etc. It's a solid 4 out of 5. I almost went 4.5, but there is some parts that are a little slow, kind of boring, but I mean, it's beautifully shot, beautifully directed. I think them going to outer space is really cool. There's some really trippy scenes. I like that this movie has actual distinct style. It doesn't feel like MCU formula. It really doesn't to me. To me, it felt like its own unique thing. And I like that this movie doesn't make you feel like you have to do homework to watch it. Even in the post-credit scenes, there's nothing in this movie to where you needed to watch something previously. You can watch this movie and get it. Now, let's talk about the post-credit scenes. Obviously, the one at the end is just a fun little cartoon gag, but the major one here is the tease of Doctor Doom. Clearly gonna play a factor for Doomsday. It gets you hype, it's cool. We sadly don't see Robert Downey Jr. I think they do that deliberate because maybe they still don't know exactly what he's going to look like. I mean, they do, but they probably don't want us to know, right? And I think they know also if it was Robert Downey Jr., like if we got to see him, that would have been leaked all over the place. Now, granted, that probably would have created a lot of hype. I wish we did see Robert Downey Jr., but it is cool, and the implications of what that means that their baby is a very powerful entity. I mean, heck, the baby literally brought back Sue Storm to life. So clearly this baby is powerful. Galactus really hyped this baby up. So now that we see Doctor Doom appearing randomly 4 years later after the events, while now the baby's a little bit older and Doctor Doom's just sitting here with Franklin, I believe is the child's name, that could allude to maybe some events of what's going to happen in the next Avengers movie. If you haven't seen Thunderbolts, I'm going to give a little spoiler to Thunderbolts. So, you were warned, go see Thunderbolts. It's a great movie. It's fantastic. Anyway, Fantastic Four, as we know, in Thunderbolts, the vehicle or ship thing, whatever you call it, appears in Thunderbolt's post-credit scene. So the question was, what does that mean? And everyone thought that their world was going to fall apart in Fantastic Four. We find out that's not the case, but now we see Doctor Doom showing up with the baby. So maybe something to do whatever Doctor Doom does with that baby. That baby might be playing a major part in the next movie because maybe he kidnaps that baby for its whatever and maybe goes into a different world and Fantastic Four has to go after them and they run into the Thunderbolts and blah 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 blah. I have no idea. I have no idea, but I'm interested. And that's all we need from you, MCU. We need to be interested in this next Avengers movie, and I am. Those are my thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Did you like the new Fantastic Four First Steps? Did it live up to your expectations? Was it not funny enough for you? Did you not like the cast that much? I have major nostalgia for the original cast with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, but this is a more well-constructed movie. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to make a ranking video of all of the Fantastic Four movies. So if you want to see my overall opinions on all the Fantastic Four movies, I will make a ranking video very, very soon. So like, comment, subscribe so you can see more MCU content. And if there's any other content from the MCU you would like to check out, I have some Thunderbolts videos. I even have a Thunderbolts ranking video where I rank all the members of the Thunderbolts. Pretty fun video. And if you like Superman, if you've been hype on Superman, I made some Superman content, and I'm planning on making a lot more Superman content. So subscribe to see more videos in the future. Subscribe. Say that again.